This is like Demon Slayer Mugen Train if nothing mattered. So it's Pokemon the first movie! No, I'm kidding. Kind of is, though. Hi, everyone! It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy, and a quick disclaimer. I have not seen this show. I don't think that's going to surprise anyone. I tend to be behind on my anime. It's just the way it is. There's a lot of anime out there. Hard to watch everything, and I have to see every movie. So, yeah. If you make a Housing Complex C movie, then I will know what's going on. If not, I'm just going to have to watch it as a film. So, that's the way it goes. Alright. That being said, hi everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Wood Raise a Popcorn with Grant, everybody. Today we're talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is, with a title that is going to make me run out of characters when I put this up on YouTube. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movie, Scarlet Bond. I am not going to say all that again. The film in question is directed by Yoshuhito Kikuchi. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. It is based on the popular anime and manga series of the same name. That being that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Even though it kind of, when it happens, it doesn't really, there's not a lot of that in the movie. What's the film about? Well, it's kind of complicated, but the main thrust of the plot is, a warrior named Hiro, who is in a world of various demons and witches and magic, what's-its and who's-its and people. When you're given a name, you're apparently also given a part of the power of a master. Hiro's master is this young monarch who holds immense power in her magical tiara. He reunites with some old pals, one of whom is a great warrior who turned into a puddle of slime, ergo the title, but who has basically extreme OP abilities. He goes on a quest to protect, with his friends, to protect this princess from various villains who want to exploit him and his connection to the princess to take over her magical world, let the battle begin. So, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movie Scarlet Bond, this last time I'm going to say the whole title of right now, is a strange animal, because it's the kind of movie where I kind of don't know for sure if I really liked it or not. It's kind of in that weird middle ground of, like, there are things in it that are so enjoyable. Like, I'm not mad at the movie. I don't even hate the movie. I'm glad I saw the movie. But the good is really good and the bad is insurmountable. So, like, for instance, I'll start with the good, I guess. We'll just break it down that way. The good. This film is insanely well animated and insanely imaginative. The world building, the oddball sort of ins and outs of it, really were fun to watch, and I really did enjoy this sort of weird other world of these witches and warlocks and demons and shit. I like that sort of thing. Especially when it's really quirky and idiosyncratic. There were moments at its best where it reminded me of some of the more weirdness, the more sort of full throttle weirdness of one of my favorite recent anime films, One Piece film Red, which I really loved. Mainly for its world and for its characters. This film doesn't reach that level of greatness, but there are individual pockets, and a lot of them are really funny too, and there's one gag in this movie in particular that is maybe the hardest I've laughed at something since Bros. There's like a gag in this movie that is genuinely so funny, and it's one of those funny gags that catches you so off guard. You have to, it takes, at least for me, it's one of those rare gags that works, where after you're still recovering from it kind of after 20 minutes, like you're still smirking about it. It involves, I'll say this is, I guess I'll just give you this basic setup. there's this character in the movie who it makes horrible food that is clearly gone south a little bit, the freshness wise. And she opens up this like thing of food and says, "Here, have some." And they're flying on a dragon like over an ocean, and the dragon takes one whiff of it. It's like a black cloud just starts billowing out of it. And he takes one whiff of it, and then you just see his eyes X out, and he just plummets several hundreds of feet in the air with them on his back. And it just made me laugh. There's something about the way it was timed, the way it was animated, and the way that it was edited that just tickled me. And I couldn't get over it. It just kind of stayed permanently. I was just kind of like this. Just this look. Even during, for like the next 20 minutes, even during the serious parts, because I just couldn't stop thinking about the dragon, the face he made before he just plummeted. It was funny. It got me. But the biggest issue with that time I got reincarnated as a slime and the rest of it is that the plot kind of sucks. Because the problem is that I don't know how much I can say without spoiling it, so I guess spoiler warning, I guess. Nothing seems to stick in this movie. Like, the conflict seems to be both easily resolved and then kind of resolved not only easily, but in a way that sort of eliminates the conflict altogether. There's this weird, where, basically, let's put it this way, where they talk up that this is something that can never be undone. Nothing on planet Earth can undo this. This is the most unduniest thing that has ever been. This is something that's more undone and irreversible than has ever been. And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we found a way to reverse it." 30 seconds later, and you're like, wait, what? What? And then they do it again. You're like, what? And then they have a character that just appears and powers up and then is immediately defeated with, like, no fight. And you're just like, what? Just like... And then there's also scenes, like, there's a fight scene that happens in kind of the last 40 or so minutes that goes on for about 10 minutes and really doesn't amount to anything. It just kind of wastes time. And the movie's already 2 hours and they really didn't need it. There are things like that that just drag this movie for me. But at the same time, I am going to recommend minorly this movie because the stuff that works in it works so well that I actually want people to see it. Like, it works... Even people who do not know this source material, because I could follow the plot kind of easily after only about a few minutes. I got the gist of what it was, at least for this film. And I never was really that confused. It just was so weird. You know, and yeah, I'm not going to walk 2 blocks to see it, but I would give this a matinee, absolutely. I'm going to give that time, let's just end it there. I'm going to give that time I got reincarnated as a slime with the movie Scarlet Bond. That really is an obnoxiously long title, though. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Matinee. I think critics have actually not been that kind to this. It has like a 40 on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's a little bit of... Look, you can give the fucking quintuplets 90%. You can give this a little more than what you're giving it. Come on. This is way better to me than the fucking quintuplets. Alright. That's what I'm going to call it from now on, because it is. It's just something... This stuff happened in this movie to some extent. That it was interesting. Alright, yeah, that's it. 3.5 stars for... I'm not going to say the title again. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. Let's see. We didn't have a lot of them, but there is one I know that we're going to be talking about at least for a second. Elemental, talked about it, looks good. John Wick Chapter 4, talked about it, looks good. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, talked about it, looks good. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, talked about it, looks good. Knock at the Cabin, talked about it, looks good. Now this is the one I want to harp on. I even did a TikTok about it. The re-release of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And the reason I want to mention this is, yes, I'm excited. Crouching Tiger, and we will do a retro review when it gets released. If it actually goes wide enough to... It's a wide release. It says in theaters everywhere, so hopefully that means Everettville. It's popular enough that I'm sure it will, at least for a weekend. Yeah, we will do like a retro review of that. Absolutely. One of my favorite movies. But, what I don't like is the trailer for this movie, for the re-release. Instead of showing us, because the movie, for those who don't know, the 2 people who don't know, who've not seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it's not in English. It's believe it's primarily in Mandarin and maybe a little bit Cantonese. Does the trailer tell you that? No. They show the beautiful shots, and they are beautiful shots. And then there's this freaking tinny-ass, Disney-ass narrator lady who just starts talking like the female version of... Do you guys ever see that South Park episode where Rob Schneider... where they keep having fake trailers for Rob Schneider movies, and the guy's like, Rob Schneider, when he gets possessed by Kenny, he's possessed by an 8-year-old boy. Oh my god, I'm an 8-year-old boy. And he's about to discover that being 8 ain't so great. Rob Schneider is Kenny, rated PG-13. Imagine that type of voice, but it's for legitimate. Michelle Yeoh is a badass warrior in feudal China. Sony Picture Classics presents Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And there's no dialogue from the movie. I was mad. I actually was legitimately livid at this. I was like, this is this iconic, poetic, beautiful movie, and you're turning it into like, oh look, it's like, oh, we're going to Americanize this, and we're gonna make it look, we are going to talk down to the audience and assume that they won't see a movie because it's subtitled. And mind you, I get it. We're not giving gratuitous, but come on. This movie is a classic. You can just show it as is without a stupid narrator voice. That really got my goat. That's really annoying. And it's also, really ill-fitting to the movie itself. It doesn't fit the tone of that movie at all to have that voice on there. Lame. Boo, Sony, boo. Just show us the movie in its natural language with subtitles. Show us the trailer in its natural language with subtitles. We will see it. Those are the people who care about this movie. Just fuck off with that. I hate that shit. That's this kind of stuff that freaking Miramax would have done in 2004. That's some bullshit. It's 2023, people. Anyway, Sazum, talked about it. That's the new film from the guy from Your Name. That looks really good. I hope it is Crunchyroll, so there's a very good chance it'll be here because apparently I think that you just have some deal with AMC or something because we get all of them. So if that happens, we will definitely be seeing that one. In IMAX, if we're able. Because I think it did say it was going to be in IMAX. Same with Crouching Tiger. If Crouching Tiger is going to be in IMAX, which I think it might be, we're seeing that in IMAX. And that's it. And was there Sharma? No, there was not. Alright, we will be back. Next week for Infinity Pool. And also, maybe that 90s show. Also, thanks again to Jared for yet another thumbnail. You rule. I think I'm going to start, hiring you, bud. Or I'm going to start, commissioning you, because these are really good, man. Thank you so much. Just amazing, bro. Anyway. Alright, but yeah, that's it. We'll be back then. That'll all be next time. And until next time, Grant the movie and TV guy, I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does, but that's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at RaisedOnPopcorn with Grant. Twitter, I am at RaisedGrant. You can find me on Facebook, Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Serialized, I'm all one word, all lowercase, Raised on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raised on Popcorn, the podcast on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movie Scarlet Bond? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. And I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye.